When you make a mistake, it's the next move that matters the most. What's poppin'? Let's get right to it. Now, it doesn't matter how highly you think of yourself, right? Like I think highly of myself, as you should too, you know. It doesn't matter how good you are with whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can be the greatest. I feel like I'm the greatest to ever do it, human-wise, you know? And you're gonna feel within your own world, whatever type of way, right? Understand this, it doesn't matter how good we are, like sooner or later we're gonna make a mistake. Why? Because how do even mistakes happen? Because you're putting yourself into new type of worlds, you know what I'm saying? When you're trying to learn something new, when you're trying to become something new, when you're trying to experience something new, whatever the situation is, right? Like sooner or later we're gonna make a mistake. What is a mistake? A mistake is nothing else basically but showing you the blind spot, you know? Everybody got blind spots, you know? So I can do certain things so good and other things, for example, not so good. And the same with you. You can maybe do the things I don't do so good. You can do them so much better, right? But then on the other side, what I can do good, you might not be that good at it. And like I said, there's no better or worse, you know? It's like all unique type of thing. But you have to understand, like sooner or later, like mistakes are bound to happen, you know? Like it's just impossible to go through this life and not make any mistakes, you know? But like I said, mistakes are not necessarily something bad. They're showing you your blind spots, you know, where you can improve, where you didn't even think of looking at, you know what I'm saying? So mistakes are important, you know? Like if you really learn from that mistake, it's going to be such an amazing teacher for life moving forward, you know? Because now you have the experience, like, okay, if I do shit in XYZ way, oh, it goes bad. So let me not do that shit again, you get me? And the same thing, like if something works, you're like, okay, if I do it in the XYZ way, it's beneficial for me. So we have to like also view mistakes from a whole different lens, right? Like there are blind spots showing, and like triggers as well are also blind spots, but we're talking about mistakes right now. So they're showing us, here and here you can improve. And that's what, you know what I'm saying, what mistakes are really here for, to show you your blind spots where you can improve. So the next time you're faced with this type of situation, you don't repeat it, you know? Now look at motherfucking humans in this world. Repeating the same mistake over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm not just saying other humans, it can be for me too, you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody perfect. We have to be really clear about that too. But what I'm trying to say is like, you gotta really, that's why I keep saying so many times, use self-reflection, you know, analyze yourself and be motherfucking honest with yourself. This is the most crucial part. You have to be honest with yourself. The only way you can improve in whatever area it is, you have to be first of all honest and be like, okay, this area is not, you know what I'm saying, it's not clicking yet, or it's not going in the way how I want it. But that's where you have to be honest with yourself and be like, okay, in this very moment, it's not going the way I want it yet. Let me see what I can adjust. Let me see where my mistakes are so I know what to do better. So that's why I'm saying like when you make a mistake, the next move is the one that matters the most. You can make a mistake and then crash out, you know what I'm saying? Be like, oh fuck, I made a mistake, now everything is bullshit. Dumb ass thinking. You have to be like, okay, fuck, I made a mistake. What next step do I have to make? What next move do I have to make? Not specifically to correct it, but like to get back into alignment basically, you know. I'm not saying when you make a mistake you're out of alignment, you know. I'm just saying like the next move is the one that matters the most, you know. Because so many people make mistakes and then they crash out. And then they, you know what I'm saying, like they start doubting themselves, you know what I'm saying, down talking themselves, whatever. Like understand this as as a spirit in general, but especially as a human being. Mistakes are going to happen, you know what I'm saying? But don't view them always as something bad. There are your blind spots, you know what I'm saying? Showing you, okay, here, you know what I'm saying? That jab comes from here. You know what I'm saying? I got to move out of the way and stuff. So the next move is the one that matters the most. Whenever you do make a mistake, don't trip about it too much, you know what I'm saying? Be honest with yourself, reflect on it, see where you went wrong, see what led you to even making that mistake, and see how for moving forward, you don't repeat that shit, you know? That's the most important part. When you can use a mistake, and it doesn't have to be your own mistake, it can be from somebody else too, right? Like if you see what led to that, and you can then learn from it and not repeat it, amazing. Then how can you see it even as a bad thing, you know? Because now, for example, let's say in the next 50, 60, 70 years, whatever, you go through life, and you don't repeat that mistake again, because it's so branded in your head, like, okay, if I do it like this, it's not gonna work out, you know? Again, that's why I said, when you make a mistake, which is bound to happen sooner or later, especially if you try new shit, like if you stay in your always in your same routine, not trying new things, not trying to progress, yeah, then maybe you're not gonna make a mistake, but that's already a mistake in itself, you know, that's an even bigger mistake, you know, so don't be scared of making mistakes, you know, they're bound to happen, but stay strong within your mind, love yourself, you know, be honest with yourself, and always be like, okay, from here on out, I can improve, from here on out, I will not repeat this thing again, you know, so again, the next move always matters the most, always matters the motherfucking most, you know what I'm saying? Don't trip about it too much. Just be honest with your motherfucking self, you know what I'm saying? Use the input, use it like as a stepping stone, you know, for like moving forward. So now you know, okay, that type of way, this type of thing, I should not do it in that type of manner, you know? And this shit might work for somebody else, that you also have to keep in mind. What doesn't work for you might really work for somebody else perfectly fine, you know, and vice versa, you know? So that's why it's like, you just gotta try. Never be scared of trying, you know. Never be scared in life of trying new things, of trying things differently, you know what I'm saying. Always, you know what I'm saying, be adjustable, go with the flow, you know what I'm saying. And you know what I'm saying, keep going. Again, when you make a mistake, don't be too hard on yourself. Just make sure you learn from it, and then the next move matters the most, you know, like, because I swear, like, you can make a little mistake and it fucks you up real quick in your head, but then you make the next proper move, and it's like you take one step backward with that mistake, but through learning that it was a mistake, you can go like 10 steps forward, you know. And life is always going to be like that, you know, a couple steps forward, couple steps back, couple steps forward, couple steps back. It's the same with the planets basically too, you know, like when they're going through the signs and then they're going back into a retrograde, for example, right? Like, it's retrogrades usually are times for us to like reflect certain things, you know, to like incorporate things we may be lost, you know what I'm saying, or forgot on our path and stuff. So again, the next move always matters the most, you know. Don't be too hard on yourself, just learn from it, use it as information, as like data to analyze, and then keep moving forward with full confidence, you know. I love you, God loves you, God is the greatest, and let's go.